Hello and welcome back to the Mastering Major Scales Challenge, where we're learning all of the major scales for guitar. Today we only have one scale, and I made it that way because it's a different finger picking pattern to all of the other ones. And also I wanted to show you how much you've learned of the circle of fifths without even trying. So let's get to the scale first, and then we'll get to the fun circle of fifths after. The F major scale has a different finger picking pattern, so let's try it out. In the previous scales, we learned all of the scales that add sharp notes, right? F and C sharp and so on. Now we're going to add flat notes. So let's go to our first note. That's F on the first fret of string 6. Ready, go? Good. Then give me a G with your ring finger. Ready, go? F again. Now a G. Remember to keep your index finger down while you add the ring finger. Again, ready, F. Now G, ready, go. Awesome. The next note is open string A. But don't do what I'm doing now, where you take your hand completely off the fretboard. Keep your hand hovered and curved over the fretboard. I only took mine off to show you that we're not pressing anything down. So let's do all three notes. 1, 2 from F. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, G. Go to A next now. And keep that hand close to the fingerboard. Great. Now we're going to add a new note, a flat note, B flat. And we're going to play that on the first fret with our index finger. Again, ready, go. That's B flat. And let's add one more note, C, with the ring finger. So far we have F, G, open string A, first fret B flat, third fret C. Perfect. Go ahead and try it on your own for a few seconds, and then we're going to do it together. Play around with this new picking pattern. And it helps if you're saying the notes to yourself. And while we do that, go ahead and hit the like button or subscribe or follow this page so that more people can find this, these tutorials. All right, let's do those 5 notes together. Take a breath. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 4 beats each. Start on F now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open string. B flat. C is next. Great. Now let's do the last 3 notes of the scale. And like the other scales, we are going to end with 2 fingers next to each other. So we're going to do open D string, 2nd fret, and 3rd fret. So those 2 fingers are adjacent, or 1 fret apart. So give me D, nice, E, and F. So this is pretty nice scale. Everything is in just the top 3 frets. So let's do those last 3 notes again. 1, 2, 4 beats each. Start on D. Go. Open string. 2, 3, 4, E. And finish on F now. Good. We're going to do the whole scale, so go ahead and review the finger pattern for this. And take a breath. This is going pretty smoothly. I mentioned it in the last video, but I'm very proud of you for having the discipline to do this challenge. All right, let's do the whole scale, 4 beats each. You only have to pick on the first beat and let it ring. I pick on all 4 so that you have a pulse to follow or to count. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. F. G, A, B flat, C, open D, next to each other, E, and finish now. Take a breath. We're going to do that one more time. Repetition is the best teacher. Here we go. 1, 2, you can do it. Play with joy. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B flat, C, D, E, breathe, F, and hold it for all 4 beats. Very nice. Now I get to go to the circle of fifths. If you end up really having a good time learning about the circle of fifths, I have amazing news for you. Just like this is a guitar scales course, I have a music theory course. I'm going to link it down below, or you can just look up like Bernadette 30-day music theory challenge. And I walk you through all of this information, but it's broken up into smaller pieces. All right, let's get into it. Please grab a paper, a notebook, pen, writing utensil. Everything that you need to know will be here, but there's just something magical that happens when you write along with me. And the PDF that I made for this challenge also has this, but again, you really cannot put a price on writing this information down as you're seeing it. So first, let's draw a circle. And we're gonna add some little lines at the very top of the circle like this, like on a clock where the 12 o'clock would be, and then where the 6, and do that for where the other numbers would be too. 3, 9, and then 1 and 2, 4 and 5, and so on. The first scale that we learned was the scale that has no sharps, no flats. It was the C major scale, so go ahead and put that one in the 12 o'clock position. And let's write down that scale. I'm going to put it right here, yeah. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Okay. To find out which scale is next, maybe you remember which one we learned. If you don't remember, that's okay. The answer is already here. This is called the circle of fifths. So let's go to the 5th step of the C major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was G. So we put a G right here, and G major scale had 1 sharp. If you don't remember which one, that's okay. The answer is going to be on the board. So let's write down all the letters. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and I like to end with the starting note G. The new sharp is always this second to last note. So our first sharp, 1 sharp, is the F sharp. Now let's go to the next scale. Well, to get there, we would go to the 5th step of G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. D. So we put a D right here, and we write all the letters that are in this scale: D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and then D again. Then we carry over the sharp we already had, so make the F sharp. And then we go to the second to last note. That's a C. That's our new sharp. So D major scale has 2 sharps. So I'm just going to add the little 2 and a pound symbol, sharp symbol. What's our next scale? Let's go to the 5th step of D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A. And so maybe now you're seeing that this is the order that we learned the scales, and video 1 was C and G, video 2 was D and A. So the goal was always to connect it to our circle of fifths But it's just awesome that these scales share the same starting fret. So we're going to carry down our sharps. We had F sharp and C sharp. And our new sharp is the one before the end, G sharp. So those are the 3 sharps for that scale. And again, this is on the PDF if you need it bigger or if you want to print it out. The next scale in the circle of fifths, well, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, E. And how many sharps will that have? Well, we'll just follow the pattern, 4 sharps. And we can keep going. Should I write down the scale? I think I should. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. And then we carry over our sharps, F sharp and C sharp. And our new sharp is D sharp. Oh, and I forgot G sharp. There we go. Now the next scale is going to be the 5th step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, B. And let's write, it's going to have 5 sharps. And let's write down all the letters. And let's carry over our sharps that we had already. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp. And our new sharp is the one right before the B. So A sharp. So now for our next scale, let's go to the 5th step of the B scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, F sharp. Let's write all the letters, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Let's carry over our sharps. Be extra careful because all Fs are sharp. So make sure you're sharpening both Fs. And then C, and then I have this little phrase for the order of sharps. And it's fat cows go down and eat bread. So fat cows go down and eat. And so right now all we have left is B. B is still natural. So we have our F sharp scale, and that one has 6 sharps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last of our sharp scales is the C sharp scale. So we end at the complete opposite of where we started. And you might be thinking, well, but there's still some of the scale to fill in. I'm going to just sharpen everything here. And that's where we get into the flats. So go ahead and take a screenshot if you need to. Hold on, let me move it this way. Okay. So going counterclockwise, I'll explain that at the end of the course. But we're going into the new scale. So today we learned the F major scale. Let me make sure I'm still in the frame. Yeah, the F major scale, and it had 1 flat. So I'm going to write it down here. F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and F. And so if you went back 1 step, you would see that it's still a circle of fifths, meaning F, G, A, B, C. From the F scale to the C, it's still the fifth is still following that pattern. But I have another pattern for the flats that I'll explain later. Now, this is kind of neat where we ended because we have all of the sharps and our first flat, and we see how the scales build on each other. And on the guitar, it's so awesome how scales will share a starting point. So that's why we're learning 2 at a time, except for the lonely F one. So let me know in the comments below how you felt about this lesson. Again, if you want to dive deeper and go much slower, I recommend the 30-day music theory challenge. And it's just, I think it's better to take it slower and take in less info all at once. But it's also nice to see it, how it all relates this way. So let me know in the comments how this went, and I'll see you for the next video where we're going to learn the next 2 scales. So I'll see you there. Thank you so much for watching.